The rest of you, except for Noel, all are now asleep. For the first hour, nothing happens. Second, Noel, the only things you can hear are just sounds of Amelia perhaps screaming or singing from time to time. As we approach the sixth and final hour, all of you are awoken by actually a very soft sound, just water trickling through some of the pipes. Noel, you would know that this is probably just rain outside, but it makes it evident that this shelter and the entire house has a system for filtering and using rainwater to replenish its stock of water. It seems to be loudest in the shelter, and the system for filtering it seeming close. You know that some of the machinery are not working, however, Noel. It seems like the water is passing through something other than the mechanical filter.
Can I inspect?
You can hear it most near the dining room, and you can see just trickles of water now going through the old pipes, most of them automatically replaced by the system, but not all of them. You think that if this system was to be maintained, it could keep doing this for a very long time. And the water seems completely clean, even though you think that the filtering machine is not working.
She'll get out of bed and just ask if he wants her to go check it out.
Well, I'll follow behind, but I'm not going first.
Okay. Cinder will go ahead and make her way towards 4.
While doing this, I want to try and, use surveillance.
Because you do use surveillance, just something strange seems to catch your eye. Almost all of the doors around in this place seem to be slightly different from how you remember them being previously. Just the amount of openness or closedness of all these doors all seems different.
So it's like someone's been running around while we're asleep.
Well, you weren't.
She'll grab the black light. I doubt there's going to be anything, but she'll do a quick look at the ones closest to the grate upstairs.
Absolutely nothing.
Interesting. Okay. I'll go ahead and go towards the water.
It's just one old pipe near where the repairs would be manual and done by the DIY station. That's the only one that's letting water out and basically breaking the airtight seal on the other side, which is causing the sound to be heard more clearly. And water is clear, clean, and is being stored.
Hey, can you figure out where the water's coming into?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and use my perk and see if I can.
To the side of the shelter, underneath the second boiler room, which would be the one for the pool. And you think this water is being stored and has been for a very long time. But from the fact that it's not completely full yet, you think that it was being used as well.
Any way to cut off the supply for where it's being used upstairs and have most of it come down here?
It seems to have a vast system of just getting water to every bit of, tap, every section of the house.
Okay. Never mind.
Artemis?
He shall go out the door, looking for Noel and Cinder.
You see the two of them inspecting the place within the layer of the wall that can open, and they're just discussing the possibility of pipes being sealed up and how much water is being stored, things like that.
Do I notice the doors aren't looking normal?
No, even Noel, he himself would be very unsure.
Artemis would probably just be looking around, so he shall use forensics on the areas.
Everything seems exactly as it was.
Lovely. Can you go up the vent?
Yeah.
Can I hear Amelia?
Not currently, no. She doesn't seem to be in the basement.
Alright. I would like to have a look in the gym. Is the door open for the gym?
Yeah, but the doors for the pool seem all closed. As you go into the gym, you notice a couple of strange things. You know the opening that has the gray bit on it? There's a pair of fancy shoes stuck to the floor, basically on the same glue that you saw on the walls. And it seems to have been there for a very long time. Down, you can see some sort of a broken armor, and you can see a gun, what looks like a rifle. To the left, you think you can see the glimmer of something on the dark ground. You think it could be something metallic, you're not quite sure. To the right, exercise tools and lots of different, dumbbells and such, all of them out of place, some of them bloodied. And the fridge pack frame, the same thing that you found components of in the butler's room. The gym is particularly dark, by the way.
Do I bring a squish monster up here? How the fuck would I get a squish monster to climb the ladder?
You wake up Cinder and have her take it.
Alright, go downstairs, wake up Cinder. I'm gonna need a squish monster.
Sachiko?
It takes a while for Succ to remember where she is. As soon as she regains her consciousness completely, she closes her eyes and tries to remember Logan as vividly as she can.
Seemed like a dark, burnt figure. Very petite, muscular. The being is probably not that flexible. You think that explosive strength is what it excels at, but very low stamina.
Oh, so it can attack with one movement and then be very tired?
Not necessarily one attack, but the body structure favors that. Resemblances to the Dentata Necron also is seen.
Okay. So Succ will try to find Noel.
You go past Artemis, waking up Cinder, and you see Noel and Cinder talking by the side of the utility area. Artemis and Cinder, a short round for you two because you two are now together.
What?
Do you want to have some fun?
Immediately perks up. What type of fun you have in mind?
Go grab a squishy. And he runs upstairs.
Cinder will go grab a squish monster.
Sachiko, you're with Noel and other Cinder.
Succ walks up to them and asks, Noel, what were the ingredients of the drug you gave me?
Which one?
The one that allowed me to see monsters through walls. Which one do you think?
Ah, right. Those are antidepressants.
Just antidepressants and what?
I'm gonna show her the preset MREs. Well, it's just this bag of stuff, and I mix drugs into it, and it's pretty good.
And if I get you antidepressant, can you make the exact same one again?
Yes and no. It could happen, or it could not.
You know, I have never been this disappointed in my life. And I have met you before.
I watched you masturbate last night. No amount of harsh words can pierce my thick skin.
Okay. So, I will try to find some antidepressants anyway, because, you know, seeing monsters through walls could be useful when you're trying to survive.
Cinder and Artemis going up with the lighter squishy monster, and everything is lit up by this being's glow. And you know that there is a little cyst of rot and acid. That's the green mark on the map. And it's easily avoided, but since the ground feels slippery near it, you know that if one was to run into this place, they could hit it. It seems very intelligently grown in that area.
Interesting. Alright, Amelia isn't around.
No trace of Amelia whatsoever anywhere in the house from what you can hear.
Okay.
Now you see as well pair of classy shoes stuck to the ground in the gluey type, the gray area.
Okay.
Can I use forensics on the shoesies now that I can see?
The person was going in and they were bloodied before the person reached the glue. One foot got stuck. Then the person turned in surprise to deal with something else. And then for some reason lifted one shoe's tip up slightly. Then was literally knocked out of their shoes.
They have to have something special in them. Do they look technological at all?
From the outside, not at all.
Do they look like the mother's style of shoes? I'm guessing.
No, this is definitely the butler's shoes.
Can I look at them closely for anything technological or special about them?
There's some sort of powder residue on it that suggests something either exploded or was launched from one of the shoes.
Ooh.
Does it remind me of those bullets that we've just found recently?
Can I smoke it?
As for Cinder's question, the rifle in the deeper end of the gym does. However, these might remind you of flashbangs that would fit right into the narrow tip of this classy shoe.
Ah.
Noel and Sachiko.
Okay. Can I check the last footage again now? The post-apocalypse.
What do you want to check about it?
I checked the people present last time. I want to check the other rooms that I can see, and I want to see if there is anything in any room that might raise my suspicion in any way.
The brother's room, Logan's room, was messed up according to the footage. So there was nothing in the brother's room from since then. And the sister's room had all the items from the brother's room. For a second, you think because of the frame rate for the camera is not too good, you could miss movement if it's quick movement.
Can I rewind and see again? This time I focus entirely on the vent.
Here's what's strange. You rewind it a couple of times. The first time, nothing is there. Then the second time that you rewind, you think you see something more human-like, not so much just a mutation, something humanoid, a hand reaching out maybe from the vent. And then the fourth time, nothing again. And then the more you rewind again, there's nothing at the vent.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's very spooky. She continues to rewind, let's say 10 more times.
You do so?
And I still don't see anything?
Nope, nothing. Noel?
I would like to go get all of the sex toys, vibrators, and things that run on motors and batteries. Then I would like to disassemble as many dildos as I can for parts.
You start disassembling. Back to Artemis and Cinder. For you, Artemis, to the left, there seems to be some sort of strange key on the ground. To the right, there are bloody exercise tools. There is the fridge pack frame.
First, I want to inspect the fridge frame with forensics.
Disassembled by someone who's not a professional when it comes to technology. Traces on it suggest slightly superhuman strength or nail growth.
Did Amelia have long nails?
These don't seem to belong to Amelia's.
Oh, great. You will continue going to look at the shiny things. Examine them closely.
Complex key thrown out of someone's clothing or perhaps bag. You, Cinder, know that up, the fancy shoes are there. Down, broken bit of armor and what looks like a perfectly well and working gun.
I would love to take a little peek.
You go towards the working gun, down towards where the changing room and the staff room would be. You think at this point, whoever was carrying this gun was thrown back, hit a couple of exercise equipment, left behind this gun, broken armor, and was crawling on the ground. And it does use exactly the type of ammunition that you guys found. It can have a scatter mode, an impact mode, and a ricochet mode.
Nice.
The ammo is the fuel and the projectile at the same time.
Cool. Is it safe to take?
So far seems so.
Oh god, I don't like that. The whatchamacallit? Fridge pack. Can I do very thorough searching on it? I want to see how it's been taken apart and why someone's been closely inspecting it.
You see that nothing has been removed, but certain things have been damaged. You think that the person that was inspecting this had mutated past normal human proportions, especially with the extremities. Otherwise, you think that from the pattern of search and how it was taken apart, that the person was not doing it in order to look for parts.
Do I know how long ago it was taken apart?
Before the first generation even popped out of their pods.
Interesting. Is it still functional at all?
Yeah, if you put it back with the other part, it will work.
Artemis shall grab it.
So, Cinder's gonna go ahead and put armor on her so that way she doesn't have to carry it even though it's broken.
And you notice that it's a little bigger than you would expect, as if not only the hits had destroyed it, but also the growing size of the person.
She'll go for the gun before they leave.
All right. Anything else then, Artemis?
I would like to turn the chip on for a second and then turn it off again, just to see how much morale damage it would do and the effects, basically.
Just for a second, you see Alice standing up with like limbs broken, pointing up towards where the staircase would be. And then all of that goes away when you turn it off again.
Well, that was fucked up.
What was fucked up, love?
I turned the chip on and I saw Alice saying in a very strange way up towards where the original staircase was, and it was all just a bit messy, to be honest. I feel like I'm going through trauma just talking about it.
Right. Let's not talk about it then.
We go back to Sachiko. You've been going through the footage. Nothing seems to change unless you have specific questions. There's no more evidence I can give you.
Sachiko decides to join Artemis and Reckless Cinder, and she also tries to get Center Cinder to come with her too.
Of course, love.
Do we know where Artemis and the other Cinder went?
You can see the glow of the squish monster. They are near the gym.
We join them.
You guys are now together.
Alright, so let's get what we need to out of here. Is there anything else in here that we need to look at or grab?
Artemis wants to check the door to the pool.
Unlike the doors to the staff room and the change room, the doors to the actual pool area are completely sealed, on lockdown, similar to the storeroom, and could only be, from what you know, activated via some sort of interface or by rerouting the system's power to open one section of the house. Keep in mind, you have one more choice now because a day has passed.
Cinder is also gonna grab the special key.
All right.
Sachiko asks, was there anything in the gym that a biologist might be interested in?
Over there. It looks like something had been mutating. It was beat the holy fuck out of.
Sachiko says, I will be in the gym if Emilia comes. Someone please distract her to another floor.
Noel
Need help hauling an exercise bike. Taking it all apart.
and Artemis.
He wants to go see if the other entrance to the pool is open. Any of them.
Cinder.
One of them will pick up the gun, go in with Artemis. The other one will keep an eye out for Sachiko and start getting the exercise bike essentially ready to go downstairs.
So, Sachiko,
So I begin studying the ground where you said the person was dragging themselves. What do I learn?
the person was mutated. This all happened long ago. And you think that the bits and pieces, chunks of meat that were left out of this body as it was hit over and over again, actually started growing into being part of the house as well, as the house itself was mutating.
All right. And do I get any information about the creature that was pursuing them?
All fit the same weapon that Amelia is using.
Okay, I will continue in the next round.
Artemis.
Can Artemis go in the staff room?
Also, just to be together, Sachiko joins him in the staff room.
All right. Down, there's a wall that seems to have claw marks from the other side that could belong to David. This could be part of the tunnel he dug all the way down to the shelter. To the left, there are swimming equipment. To the right, cleaning products. You know, Artemis, that you could make a Molotov cocktail out of these, or Cinder would know how to make a smoke bomb.
Can I take some of the earbuds and goggles?
Sure. Otherwise, the way to the bar is also sealed up.
Can I grab some of the chemicals?
Sure. So you start heading out then.
Mm-hmm.
Sachiko turns to Cinder Center and says, if you're getting anxious that Emilia might come, I don't mind being alone. I will hide if she comes.
I'm not leaving you alone, honey.
I go to the change room. If it does have a door, I close the door. And as I scan the room, I also look for hiding places.
You don't actually find many hiding places other than 2 pods that are for quick changing. And each of them have 3 levels. One the part you change in, one above which stores the clothes that would be automatically put on you, and then one above that would just hold a mass of different folded clothes. Down, skull pieces that have mutated into the ground, and other bits and pieces of younger age that have also mutated and connected themselves to the wall. They seem to match the creature that was crawling on the ground. There are gym clothes, pool clothes to the left, and traces of someone having been bludgeoned a couple of times here.
Okay. I would like to study the skull.
Adult could fit Mr. Lawman. He was probably beaten twice with weeks of difference in time. There are traces of a mummy bag.
So it's not like he died and then another copy of him came down and also got beat down. He healed himself and then later got beat down?
Yeah, it seems like he got beat down twice here, used a mummy bag once here, and there are bits and pieces of skull that suggest he also died here.
And is this a clone skull?
No, this is some mutated organic body.
Okay, I will study more later.
Sin's gonna just look for pants and t-shirts.
Yeah, I was going to do that too.
5 of each at least, all of them with the same look, the same color scheme and everything. They seem to belong to workers. But otherwise, you can find shorts and swimming stuff or exercise stuff.
Anything that is not a dress, I am yoinking the fuck out of.
20 sets of pants and shirts.
Yes, please.
Artemis, Noel, and Cinder.
We don't have the supplies to stay down here forever, and we've got to get somewhere before the next storm.
And Plant Dog probably might die if we don't get him some sun. So
So we've got to start working on going up and getting out.